Greetings to all my fellow watch enthusiasts on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else this video is being seen and shared. It's Lean Driver once again, coming to you with a review of another watch that has been kindly loaned into my channel by my good buddy Ivan Ennis. He of the the WatchMe Unboxing YouTube channel, and also the owner of Iconic Timepieces. This is a watch company that is making the Halo Klein dive watch that has been on successfully funded via Kickstarter. I have reviewed, as of the time I shot this video, I have reviewed the prototype of that watch elsewhere on my channel. You might want to go check that out. Pardon me again. It was a really nice watch. Hopefully will be available in a non-Kickstarter method of purchase. But I just wanted to give you full and fair disclosure of my relationship with Ivan. He's a good guy, and I really appreciate all the watches that he's loaned into me so I can bring them to you. Pardon me again. Geez, it's really bad. It's that allergy thing, I guess. Anyway, certainly a different looking watch that has been loaned to me this time. Nice outer box, very high quality, thick cardboard. Nice little covering up with the styrofoam of a watch from a company called Thomas Orr. This is an English company. I'm led to understand they are UK based, and this is a prototype watch. This watch is going to be offered via Kickstarter. It was already offered once on Kickstarter. The campaign was not successful, and as of early July 2020, I believe July 7th is the current date. This watch will be offered again on Kickstarter. And nice watch. I mean, well, first of all, really a nice watch box. I mean, the box looks a little beat up because the watch has been touring around. I'm certainly not the first person to handle this watch. So the box is a nice wood with a piano finish and good quality. If you open it up, you can see the Thomas Orr logo on the top. Nice, beautiful chromed hinges, nice little latch, and nice lining around the box, and a very, very interesting looking watch. Get that off its pillow, which is a rather thick pillow. And we have the Thomas Orr Warstone. W-A-R-S-T-O-N-E, Warstone. I left the crown unscrewed. People are going to yell at me for that. I'll screw it back in. Very, very interesting watch. Very industrial looking, very heavy duty. This is a heavy watch, by the way, guys. You know, I don't have a scale that I could weigh this on, but this feels like it weighs about a pound. This is a very, very heavy duty watch. There is nothing subtle about this watch, and that's a good thing. Very nice exhibition case back where you can see the movement. I'll get to that in a minute. You have a butterfly clasp, which I have an issue with, which I will also get to in a movement. But let's take a look at that dial. This dial, it may look black on the camera, I'm not sure, but trust me, this is a very dark blue, and in the right light, it just explodes. You can see it there a little bit. In the right light, this thing just bursts out with a beautiful sapphire, one of those dark sapphire stones. Sapphire blue is one of my favorite blues, and this thing just beautifully, beautifully plays with the light. Very thick watch, very industrial with the bolts here. I'm not sure if those bolts are functional, whether or not they hold something down or not, but they're probably just decoration. But it looks the part. It definitely looks the part of a piece of stone. Yeah, a Warstone. I'm not sure what a Warstone is, but maybe it's a stone you throw in war. But it definitely looks the part of a heavy-duty industrial tool watch. You can see it on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. It wears very well. It doesn't even really have lugs per se. And I'm told that one change, and remember this is a prototype, the production watch that does have one change that I know of, and that's that you see how the lug, the bracelet is not molded to the case like that. I'm told that this gap will be eliminated, and the anchoring lug will be molded to the case. So that is going to be one change. I hope they change something else, and that's the butterfly clasp. I'll get to that in a minute, like I said. But I do know that the lug style, not the style, but the way the bracelet meets the case is going to change in the production watch. And it's not to say that the butterfly clasp isn't a quality piece. It's milled out. It has very satisfying clicks. It's a double push. You can't just push one button in and have it. I'm pushing the button, as you can see, and it's not popping. You have to push both buttons, and then it will deploy. You have a very, very big crown. It's a signed crown with the Thomas Orr T, as you can see. But my issue with the strap, or with the bracelet I should say, is, as you can see, and is true with most butterfly clasps, is no micro adjust. None. And these are pretty big links. So there's no way to fine tune this. I took one link out on each side, and it does fit me, and it fits me comfortably very well. But if you have one of those wrists where you need that micro adjuster to play around with, or maybe, even a half link or something like that, just to get it just right, this is going to disappoint you. And with the size of that lug, which is 24 millimeter, I'm not saying that there aren't 24 millimeter straps out there to be had, but they're not as common as a 20 or a 22. So you're kind of, I don't want to say you're stuck with this bracelet, but 24 millimeter is going to be really hard to find another bracelet that you like, or maybe a strap of sort of either rubber strap or a leather, maybe a NATO, maybe. But I think they're limiting themselves with this type of clasp. I really would like to see a standard, clamshell style clasp that opens up like that with micro adjustment, because this is a big watch and it really needs to fit comfortably and needs to fit securely. It doesn't need to be flopping around on your wrist. Here, let me put it back on real quick. You can see, and this also is a pain to lock in too. You can see it has a bit of movement to it on my wrist, and sometimes it'll move like that, where the top the 12 o'clock will move and the 6 o'clock will stay anchored, and it fits on my wrist crooked if my wrist shrinks up a little bit. So yeah, I have an issue with that, but it's not a deal breaker. It's just you could do better, is what I'm saying. Thomas Orr, you could do better, and I hope you do. But be that as it may, here is my sheet of facts. As I said, this is the Thomas Orr Warstone, and this is a prototype, so things could change. There will be a relaunch of the Kickstarter early July of 2020, and things could change between this prototype and the production watch, although I'm told this is pretty close to production. It will have that Moonphase. It will have the date at the 3 o'clock. You have sapphire crystals front and rear. And you can get away with an exhibition case back on this watch because this is not a diver. Even though it has a 200-meter water resistance, it is a fixed bezel. It is not meant to be a diver. It's a 41-millimeter case, although they do measure, on the website, they measure this with the crown, and they call it a 42. I measured from here to here, just under the crown. I came up with 41. As I said, this is a 24-millimeter lug width, so pretty big. 50.5 millimeter thick, not the thickest watch I've ever owned or put on my wrist, but certainly up there. One good thing about the current bracelet design, with the current way it integrates to the case, is the bracelet drops straight down. So when I tell you this is a 50.5 millimeter tip to tip, it is a true 50.5 millimeter tip to tip because the bracelet falls straight away from the case. And as I said, it's a 200-meter water-resistant watch. It is made out of 316L stainless. It's both the bracelet and the case. It is using a Sellita movement. I couldn't find the exact movement number. I think it's an SW200 or derivative of that with the Moonphase complication. The Moonphase is set with the crown. You turn it, you put it in first position. You turn it one way to quick set the date. You turn it the other way to quick set the Moonphase. It is a screw down crown. It does open with a very satisfying pop. Not a loud pop, but you can definitely feel it. There's a second hand there. It does hand wind and hack. One other niggling thing about the watch is you can see with the deep blue watch face, the second hand, except for the tip, as you can see there, kind of disappears. I would like to see the second hand painted or done in a contrasting color, like the tuning fork style minute and hour hands. I think a silver second hand with maybe putting lumen over on the tip like they did would be a better idea. I think having the entire length of the second hand being black, it disappears and it makes it very hard to find on the dial. So hopefully they'll change that and they'll make the second hand a silver or a white or some other contrasting color. As I said, that's just a little niggle. It doesn't detract very much from the overall effect of the watch. And it looks and feels and wears like a high quality piece. I mean, I've worn this watch for several days now. It's not too heavy. I mean, I've got heavier watches than this. If you don't believe me, go check my videos. So this watch wears very comfortably for me. I do not own a square case watch. This would be sort of a first for me. It's not bad. It doesn't wear like a square case. It wears very well, and it has a great look to it. It has that great industrial look to it. It reminds me a bit of my Seiko Ripley. Same color, basically, same case color, that kind of blasted um, gray. Has a bit of a textured look to it. And it has that industrial feel that my Seiko Ripley has, that aesthetic, or that futuristic industrial aesthetic. So if that was the look they were going for, then they've achieved it, because it really looks the part. It looks like a no nonsense, tough tool watch, and I like that. I think it looks very, very good. I mean, this is not a watch you want to wear to a dinner party, but definitely a good everyday watch, a good sporty watch. Not bad. I like it. Um, I think it's definitely worth considering buying, and it's worth considering backing the uh, the Kickstarter campaign when it starts. And I'll leave a link in the description to Thomas Orr's website, so you can go check them out, check out their other offerings. So I will leave it there for you. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. Definitely helps me out, makes the channel more searchable for the YouTube algorithms, and helps to bring more folks to the channel, and helps me to grow it. Comments, questions, suggestions down below. I do read them all. I do respond to them all. However, if you are trolling me, or you get overly nasty or negative, I'll just delete the comment and I'll block you. If you're new to my channel, or you've been here for a little while, you haven't already done so, please go ahead and click that subscribe button. Click the bell icon next to it, so that when I upload new content, you are alerted, and you can get on over and watch my video. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope everyone is staying safe and well, and doing well in trying times that this video is being made in. You know what I mean. But otherwise, please continue to stay safe, and I will see you in my next video.